Coming up on Cabarrus this week, we join a group of engineers exploring the structures at the old Stonewall Jackson Training School site. And school systems are gearing up for the new year, and we hear from Kannapolis City Schools' new superintendent about his plans for the future. Plus, property tax bills are hitting mailboxes, and we'll show you how to simplify what comes next. That's all right now on Cabarrus this week. Welcome to Cabarrus this week. I'm Jonathan Weaver, and we're near the grounds of the old Stonewall Jackson Training School off Old Charlotte Road in Concord. A few weeks back, we told you about the county's involvement in redeveloping this historic site. As part of the process, county crews cleared several areas of the property, including that iconic bridge over Old Charlotte Road. In addition to helping improve curb appeal, the cleanup also helped UNC-Charlotte's engineering program gather important data about the integrity of the structures that still stand on the grounds. Here's more about that collaboration.
We have started a collaborative partnership with Cabarrus County, and we are applying some of our research techniques, which include anything to do with facilities management. Just so happens we're looking at how far gone the buildings might be, what we can possibly salvage. And the way that we're doing that is we're using a technology called LiDAR scanning. A lot of people call it 3D scanning. And this data can actually be utilized to help the design team put together a 3D model to determine what is actually existing here on this campus. We have 3 different team members that are out here. Dr. Jake Smithwick and Dan Stroder are actually working on our information pertaining to drone footage, because the 3D scan can only capture what it can see. So in other words, it's at about my height, so literally when capturing a building, we're just capturing the facade.
Right now I'm doing a study on what we call the 3Ds. Once a building has been used up, you can either decommission, deconstruct, or demolish it. So what I'm looking at is, where do we draw the line between decommissioning and demolishing? Can we salvage anything, especially here where we have a beautiful historical site? So we're looking at not just the structural integrity of the building, but the integrity of the materials as well.
The next steps that we have for the project will be to take the data that we have collected so far, and we will work on the analysis, which is basically connecting all of the 3D scans that we've collected at this point. We have to do what we call stitching together. That's the shorter term, but we're actually putting all the scans together to create that 3D model, and we're able to turn over those files to whoever the design team might be to work on this project. I've lived in Cabarrus County now for 6 years and have driven by the school multiple times. Obviously, it is something that has piqued my interest in driving by. So just from an interest standpoint, we were really excited to be able to partner with Cabarrus County.
I am very hopeful that we can salvage some of the buildings. I am very hopeful that the structural integrity, especially of, say, for example, the bridge, is sound enough for us to be able to salvage. I am hopeful that the developer who comes and buys this property sees it from our point of view, a point of view of salvaging, of just retaining the integrity of this beautiful historical site.
The building assessments will continue, and we're collecting all the relevant information at the website listed below. Now, if you've been outside the past few days, that stifling heat tells you August is here. And of course, with August comes the start of a new school year. This year marks the first in more than 3 decades in which longtime Kannapolis City Schools Superintendent Dr. Chip Buckwell won't be part of the system. His replacement, Kevin Gary, took the reins of KCS on July 1st. As part of our next episode of Out and About with Commissioner Barbara Strang, we spoke with Kevin to discuss his background, his philosophy, and his plans for the future of KCS.
I'm Kevin Gary. I'm a new superintendent in Kannapolis City Schools. As the assistant superintendent, I served in that role 2 years. You have an opportunity in that role in a city school district to kind of define that role based on your skill set, your background. Having a background as a high school principal for 10 years and a high school administrator for about 15 years, being over reentry and kind of nearly all aspects of what was happening during COVID, not just on the instructional side, but having the opportunity to organize the logistics of and working with school nutrition and operations and transportation. All those other areas allow me to really get experience in doing a lot of what the superintendent does. So I was very fortunate to have experience in a lot of different aspects of district level leadership, not just the curriculum instruction side. These last 18 months have allowed us to connect in so many different ways. And for parents, I think, to understand and have a different perspective on what happens in classrooms, as they have been part of that classroom in a lot of occasions. And we, like a lot of districts, did a ton of exercises where they did kind of the age-old, what do you want to continue that we've been doing, what do you want to stop? A couple of those specific examples, the high school and middle school, say L. Brown and KMS, are going to a one-to-one Chromebook program. So that's a change, and that's, again, just taking where we have been the last 17, 18 months and just expanding that. We are better positioned for when we have students who are absent, just how better we are able to connect with those students through platforms like Canvas and posting assignments and keeping that connection stronger than perhaps it was in the past when students were absent. It's just what we've learned and how much more we've learned about the needs of our students when they've been either at home or bouncing back and forth on the social emotional learning aspects, and how much work we've done to expand what we're able to do and how we're able to support students in really addressing the needs of the whole child, regardless of whether it's a kindergarten student or a 12th grader. It always starts with culture. It is about the students and meeting their needs. I feel like we're doing a really good job in the district of embracing that and embracing this whole community aspect of not just supporting our students, supporting families and supporting staff, and kind of the comprehensive way to approach that, and really manifesting that in different ways to measure success.
Congratulations on your new role, Kevin. The new Out and About episode, which also features interim Cabarrus County Schools Superintendent Brian Schultz, premieres after the County Commissioners meeting on August 2nd. You can also watch it on Spectrum Cable Channel 22 throughout the month, or on demand at youtube.com/Cabarrus County. Finally this week, let's talk about property taxes. Yeah, it's that time again. Bills went out on Friday, July 30th, so they should be hitting mailboxes soon if they haven't already. Beginning last year, thousands of Cabarrus residents found an easier way to pay with the MyCabco app. If you've tried it, you know how easy it is. And if you haven't, here's Tax Collector Janice Morrison to tell you all about it.
Tax bills have already gone out, and you've probably already noticed that there is a section indicating MyCabco. MyCabco offers the ability to pay on your phone. It offers the ease of paying more than one tax bill.
Search for your bill, your property, your parcel. It allows you to search by your name, and you can find your property, add it to your account, and then from there, once it's on your account, you can pay any bills related to it with just a couple clicks.
When you log on to MyCabco to make a payment, it's like having a conversation. It's just a few clicks and then your payment's made, and you get a confirmation to your email, which I think is really cool, and you'll get a receipt that you could use for your record keeping.
Cabarrus County IT has been working really diligently on trying to make our systems mobile friendly to the point where we're focusing mobile first, where it works on your phone, but it'll also work on your desktop.
It's important during a time like this for citizens to be able to make a contactless payment, and you can do that with MyCabco.
This year, MyCabco also offers registration for paperless billing, which simplifies the online payment process even more. Find the MyCabco logo on the right-hand side of your bill and visit the site listed, or just scan the QR code to get started with registration. Well, that's all we have for you this week. As always, you can find more stories and updates by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Cabarrus County, or subscribing to our weekly newsletter. Just visit cabarruscounty.us and type newsletter in the search bar. And don't forget that you can watch all our other programming on demand at youtube.com/Cabarrus County. Be sure to like and subscribe to get all our updates. Thanks for watching. We hope you have a great week.